Hey guys, it's Morgan coming back to you with another weekly Shlog. And we have a new member of the team over here. Right there. That is bad Leroy Brown right there.
That's dirty.
Leroy's taking to shop life just fine. Leandra and Zach like him better than anyone. Well, except for maybe puppers. So, yeah guys, welcome to our shop vlog here in Montrose, Colorado, where we show you all kinds of cool dirt bike stuff. I just got back from racing my 300 KTM down in Texas at the first round of the TSEC Enduro Series for 2022. Had a ton of fun. Ended up 5th in the 40A, which I'm really happy with because I did not ride very well at all. But I ended up having a decent result, partially because everywhere that I wasn't crashing, I was trying to go really fast. So anyway guys, let's get after it. Alright guys, so first on my lift today is another pipe repair. This is off of a 21 300. This is the first one I've done that has these ribs in it. These ribs were meant to make this thing stronger. So this pipe is from my good friend Eric Bryan from Oklahoma. He actually sold the bike, so he put a new pipe on it before he sold it. So these are now for anyone who wants one. I've got a stock pipe, and then I got an FMF. So they fit a 21 300 XC, yeah, 300 XC, which anyway, all the 300s are going to take the same pipe, and I think from like 20 up. Anyway, you guys do the research. If you want it, let me know. Shoot me an email, morgan@highland-cycles.com. Not going to charge you for the pipe. I will charge you for shipping if you want me to ship it. So let's fix this thing. I got it set up with the Mino thing from eBay for the pipes. So we're going to put 60 PSI in here, and then we're going to heat this up. I only have the MAP gas because actually I have an oxyacetylene set up, but I'm out of acetylene. So I got to get, whatever, long story. So I got to get bigger bottles. But so anyway, no big deal. But we're going to use the MAP gas on this one, and we're going to see what happens to those ribs. See if they pop out too. Guess below. While you're watching this, shoot a guess right now. See if you think these ribs will also pop out, or if it'll just pop the dent out. So anyway, I'm gonna put the pressure in this thing and then get the MAP gas torch fired up. All right guys, got it all set up. We got 60 PSI in there. I've had actually a lot of questions on how much it goes up when you heat it, and actually I tested it once, got it hot, got blown out, and then quick tested the pressure, and it only went up about 10 PSI. So it goes up to about 70, maybe it'll get all the way to 80. But anyway, yeah, let's see how this goes. I think it's gonna be good. We got my other camera set up for a time lapse because people seem to love watching it happen in time lapse, because we've had over 11 million views on one of these things and me just blowing the pipe out, which is, I think, hilarious. So yeah, anyway, let's do this. Yeah. The greeting crew.
Yeah. Who's the black dog?
That's my black dog.
Really?
I found him on the side of the road. I found 9 of them on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere on Monday night or Sunday night. So I saved them all, and I kept one.
Well, what kind of dog do you think it is?
Definitely part border collie.
You think?
Oh yeah. And I don't know what the rest of it is, but alright guys, so check it out. Looks a lot better. You can see that the ribs, if you put enough heat to them, they kind of start to blow out. But we got that way better. Had a kink back in here. Got that done. Also had a little section right here. We got that blown out pretty good. So looks awesome. I'm going to go do the other one. He got me an FMF, so I got to do the FMF too. And if you're interested in these pipes, let me know. We'll get them to you. Alright, got the other one done. It's just an FMF gnarly. Had not too bad. Some dings right here, a couple over here. You can see that the system, when you heat it up like that, definitely changes the color of the metal, but who cares? You know, they're two-stroke pipes, which for me, they're like little airbags for my bike. As I go through the woods trying to keep them off the ground. All right, so next, guys, I'm really excited. I think I've already mentioned numerous times how happy I am to be working with extremeparts.com. And we have a code now. It's Highland10 at extremeparts.com. You can get 10% off. And like I said, I think right now you can still get free shipping to the US if you spend more than 100 euros, which is pretty easy to do. But we just got a next shipment of stuff, so let's check and see what we got. To start, got 3 kickstands, 2 for the newer bikes and 1 for, I believe, it's like 08 to 16. These things are really nice. So what I put on my 300 to replace that Promoto billet, they're just as good as OEM, if not better. Really nice aluminum. Anyway, they're nice. Now stocking clutch cover guards. I'm super happy with one on my 300. All right, so these things are pretty cool. I think I'm gonna try one on my bike. It's protection for the linkage, but instead of being the aluminum like most of them, it's that urethane, kind of like a TM Designs chain guide, and they split, so it's really easy to put on and take off like really fast. I think I'm really gonna like these. I think the urethane is a better idea because it's gonna give a little more shock absorption as it hits to then not break other things. So these are pretty cool. Got 2 of those. They make their own TPS, TPS guard. And then the main thing, we got our 3 fan kits. We have 2 for the TPIs, and these are cool because, let me show you. All right, let's go over to the bench. All right, these things are awesome because they just plug and play in the normal stuff. So, Spall fan from Italy, super nice fan. Bracket is just like my bracket, which fits up perfectly on the radiator, and then it comes with the OEM relay for the setup, so that the computer, the ECU, can control it. So it's OEM part, ready to rock and roll. These are just the screws to mount everything up. So guys, I'm telling you, I'm really super happy. Also, I can say that my fan did come on during the Texas race. There's some really gnarly sections. Fan came on, kept the bike cool, so there's that. And then here's the other style we got, which is just, this would actually work for just pretty much anyone. I mean, it's the same fan, same bracket as mine, but it's got just an on-off switch. So no thermostat, you can just plug it in, run it, and you're all good to go. So pretty nice if you don't want to use the thermostat or trust the thermostat or whatever. So pretty cool. And they are way cheaper. These come in at about $100 for the fan kit, either this or the TPI. So $100, and I think you're getting a really good fan, whereas like the Trail Tech is like almost, I think it's $190. Of course, that does have the adjustable temp gauge, but this, or the one with the TPIs, is, uses the ECU. So super cool. Really happy to be working with Extreme Parts. These came from Romania, and they didn't take very long. I think like 5-6 days. So pretty much like anything these days. So yeah, anyway, again, guys, if you want to help us out and you want to buy cool parts for your KTMs, they do have some stuff for Betas and Shercos, not just a ton, mainly Austrian stuff. Like I said, go to extreme-parts.com, use code Highland10 to save you some money. So anyway, on to the next job. All right, guys, next on the lift is my 300 XCW. I'm getting ready to film an in-depth race recap review video about all the things we did to this bike right before we took it racing. So if that sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't miss out on that video, because we're going to be talking about everything from the tires to the carburetor, the motor, the pipe, the spurs, pegs, everything. So, but quick here on the Shlog, let me just tell you guys, first of all, the Scalvini pipe is amazingly strong. I went down this trail called Chuck Norris during the race. Rockiest, gnarliest downhill thing. One of the gnarliest downhills I've ever ridden, honestly. And I definitely bounced all over the place in the rocks and things like that. I definitely hit the pipe. And you can see we got some dimples through here, but that thing held up really, really well, way better than I thought it would. The bike ran amazingly well. No problems with the jetting, no problems with the motor rebuild, the crank, any of that good stuff. So yeah, if you guys want to check it out, make sure you subscribe. Look for that video. It's going to be, like I said, it's going to be called the something like race recap review. I don't know. Anyway, something about that. We're going to talk about all those parts in depth. Also, want to show you something here, guys, that we're working on. Mr. Sheets has been building this Yeti snow bike kit. This thing is a piece of art. It's a very expensive piece of art also. $10,000 worth of snow bike kit on there. It's incredibly light, all that stuff. Skis funky looking. I don't know. We don't really know much about it. We're not going to get a chance to ride it. Anyway, one of our customers brought it down here. We're putting it all together for him. Zach's been having fun. He said it actually took quite a bit more setup than like the normal timber sled, and I believe that because it looks complicated, honestly. But it looks cool, and it's got a Yeti right there. Ooh, scary. So yeah. Anyway, let's get to this. Lay. You sit. Hey, good dog. Can I get a high five? Good girl. All right, guys. So let's start with the V-Moto Force AT rear tire. I've already talked about these tires in the past. You know that I like them, but guys, I can say for sure that this thing is brilliant. Take a look at it. This has got 3 rides before the race and then a full race. Lots of rock, lots of high speed, lots of slow speed, a little bit of everything, and this tire still looks good. You can see, get in tight there. Here we go, focus. There we go. Still looks really, really good. This one is the normal compound. So this is the normal compound tire, not the Apex compound. That's what is on my 125. There's the Apex compound on the 125. It's definitely worn down a little bit more, but it also doesn't have... I don't think that has a race on it. It's got a lot of riding on it. But anyway, running the Nitro Mousse in it, it works really, really well. I'm running the normal Platinum Mousse. This is a 110-118. I'm running the Platinum NM18305. The tire is amazing. It hooked up really well. Hi, dogs. All right, guys. Next on the lift is the COHVCO bike. Finally, I got the little bearing. I'm going to show you guys what we were missing the last time that we had this up here, and I couldn't put it back together. There we go. So, right there, no bearing, and it doesn't look all beat up. So I don't know if it fell out at some point while this was sitting here. I have no idea. But anyway, we got a new one. We're gonna put it in there, finally get this thing together, get some oil in it, get some coolant in it, and see if the thing starts, because it's been sitting a long time. And I've put some stabilizer in the gas. It's fuel injected, so hopefully it will be okay. If not, we're going through the pump. But and then we have new plastics for it. We got new tires ready to go on it. Got new chain and sprockets. So yeah, let's get after it. There we go. I gotta go find the bolts. All right, guys, so next job is, well, first of all, there's a beta X trainer in lots of pieces over there. That's our friend Neil's. He is having us send the suspension to some guy in Montana who's supposed to be some X trainer super duper guru. I tried to talk him into dealing with TBT, but I guess he found this guy who's supposed to be like specializes only in X trainers. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I'm not doubting the guy's skills, so I'm sure he's great. But we also got it up. We rejetted the carburetor, got that dialed in. We had to adjust the float height, had to lower the fuel level, but raise the float height from 6 millimeters to 8 millimeters. Then we put a 158 main jet in it, which for this elevation should be right on the money, especially this time of year. It's pretty cold. So, but the next job for me is, you can see this right here. These are a problem on KTM's. Unfortunately, that is stripped out, and this is like a crimp, like riv nut thing that squeezes up, and so we need to get this out of here. And I'm not 100% sure exactly how to do it, but I think I have a plan. So let's bring this thing over here in the light. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a drill bit and we're gonna try to drill out that inner part slowly but surely, because we can't go through. If we go through the whole subframe, it's gonna weaken it super bad. So we just need to drill, you know, bigger till it loosens up and drops in, and then we're gonna hopefully be able to put rivet nuts in there. So anyway, let's do this. All right, guys, we're gonna go progressively bigger. I have one of these bits that I cut the end off of. So, because the problem with, I like these bits a lot. They've got this stepped tip, which is really good. It helps keep it straight going in, whatever. But unfortunately, to get things very wide, this goes through and could poke out the back. So we don't want to do that. So, like I said, I cut the tip off of this one. Oh yeah, she's starting to come out now. All right, check it out. We got it out. So it's down in there. I'm gonna try to flip it up and try to get what out I can. Now, hopefully we have a rivet nut that's gonna be wide enough, but not too, anyway, you know what I mean, that fits right, so hang on. All right, guys, so these are my riv nuts that I like. So this is the correct size of thread on the inside. So let's see if it's gonna, so it doesn't quite go in all the way, and it might, I don't know, might not be quite wide enough, but I have an idea here. All right, guys, so I checked. This is the right one, and there's plenty of threads in here. I'm gonna try shaving just a little bit off of this so that I can get it all the way down in and have this butt up against the the aluminum, and then try squeezing it and see if that'll hold tight. I think it's gonna work. So if not, we can pull it back out. No big deal. All right, guys, so I shaved a little off. Let's see if it goes down far enough. Not quite. Go take a little bit more off with the grinder. All right, guys, we got her down in there. Now we're gonna get our tool, which is this guy. It's already set up for that size riv nut. And we're gonna give this a shot. I don't know, honestly, but it's definitely worth a shot. Otherwise, it's buying a whole new subframe. So definitely worth a go. A lot of times, guys, too, on stuff like this, it's like, yeah, we could ruin it, but it's already ruined. So since it's already ruined, we can't really mess it up any worse. So we're just gonna give her a go. Feels pretty good. I think we're winning. Okay, here we, oh, there we go. Boom. There we go. Check it out. That thing is nice and tight. I don't think it's going anywhere. Check it with a bolt here. Make sure thing threads like it's supposed to. I like it. Sweet. That is awesome. I'm actually sort of surprised, but also very happy that that's going to work. I think that that is going to hold in there nice and tight. Worst case scenario, if it pops out at some point, we can put another one in, but I think we're good. So now he wanted me to go ahead and do the other side because he worries about it stripping too. So I'm going to drill that thing out and do the same thing. Awesome, guys, we got her done. That worked out really, really well. So you can see, nice and flush. Everything works great. So there we go. Turns out you can fix those. I did not know, but that's the deal. In this line of work, sometimes you got to figure out how to fix things. So I get kind of frustrated with some shops where they hire these kids, and they're good kids and whatever, but they just go to like school and learn all the official stuff, but they don't really know how to like problem solve and fix something. So anyway, I hope that I'm imparting some of that to you guys here on YouTube. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and then check out all of our other videos. We do a lot of stuff like this where we have to improvise and fix things. So anyway, I'm gonna call this customer. He's gonna be so excited that it's fixed and he didn't have to buy a subframe. So anyway, on to the next job. All right, guys, so I got the battery all charged up, and spoiler alert, it's not really working, but let me show you what's going on here. So if we hit the button, anyway, you can hear the pump run just barely. It's not making much noise, which, and then when we, it tries to go. Come on, baby. I think, from what I can tell, it's not good enough gas. So the motor, as you guys know, is fresh. And I checked the spark. It's super bright spark. It's all good. But this pump, I just think, is not doing its job. And that's not a surprise, considering this bike has been sitting for a really, really long time now. Also, look, my kid's here. Hey, kid. And Leroy and Leia. We're all here. It's Saturday, guys, so we're almost done here with the Shlog. But the cool thing is, I just found, so let's back up. All Balls and Quantum have been making fuel pump kits to like rebuild these fuel pumps for a while. And they were fine, but I don't know, if you've ever used one, you know what I'm talking about. They're hard to, like, there's a hose that doesn't want to come off the old pump and get it on. Anyway, it's kind of a nightmare. So it's been a bit of trouble. And you can always make it work, but it always feels a little chintzy. Well, I just found that All Balls makes a whole pump replacement for everything. So I'm really excited. I ordered one of those. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and tune in because next week we're going to have that pump. We'll put it in here and hopefully get this thing running. But it just like I said, oh, there it goes. But it keeps doing that. Like, it's trying. It wants to run, but it just doesn't have enough gas. I think is the problem. So anyway, like I said, make sure you subscribe, guys, if you're new here to this channel and you're like, what is this whole Shlog thing about? Well, part of what it's going to be about is getting this thing running and testing one of those All Balls pumps. Oh, it just wants to run, but the other thing is, you guys can probably hear that the battery's already getting low, so it's probably the original. It's not the original battery because it's a firepower, but I'm sure this battery's been in there a long time. But so yeah, I can hear the pump run. It's just not pumping. And that's kind of normal for these things. It happens actually quite a bit. So anyway, I'm going to push this off. Going to put my 300 back up here, rejet it, and get that ready to ride here in Colorado because it's all set up for Texas. Also, guys, definitely want to subscribe because next week we're going to be working on this lovely 2021 Husqvarna TX300 that sucks. It's causing its owner a whole lot of problems. It is doing what I fear about the TPIs. It's just a phantom, just doesn't run. It'll start and run for a while, then it doesn't run, then it does. I think it's the crankcase pressure sensor, but I don't know. Make sure you guess below right now, guess, because this is next week's Shlog. We're going to be diving into that. But guess right now what you think it is, and tune in next week for when we find out. Hopefully we're able to find out next week. I have a sensor for it. If it's not that, then we got to dig further into it. So anyway, I think that's going to be about it for the Shlog, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you had a fun time. I had a ton of fun making it. Again, like I said, if you're new and you had fun, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Maybe hit that little bell notification. Also, if you want to support the channel, check out the links below. They really do help us a ton. Big thanks to Vmoto Tires, ExtremeParts.com, and Leading Edge Supplements. They all have codes for you guys to save money and to help us out, so check that out in the link below. Anyway, I love you guys. I hope you get out, spread the gospel 2 wheels, and as always, you know what I'm gonna say. I hope that what we're doing here inspires you guys to work on, but more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!